Hello everybody, and welcome to the IV. The vibes out here are going crazy. We're going ham. So as you guys can tell, I got a microphone cover, and we're doing this the old-fashioned way, you know what I'm saying? We're doing it the old ramble style, one hand. It actually sounds a whole lot better. I prefer the cover on there, so I think from now on this cover will be on here with the gain turned up. Sounds a whole lot better. No hat today because my sunburn is finally peeling on my head, so we're just gonna leave it as is. You got bedhead going on here. I don't even know. I don't even care. It's too early to care right now, but just gonna give you guys a little bit of an update on what's been going on. Obviously, we got back from vacation, and then we went and got a new puppy. Well, not like it's like we planned, obviously, to get the new dog, but she is another little mini wiener dog. Her name is Millie. We got her pink cage. Like, she's got the whole get out. She's already spoiled, but as you guys can see right back here, I finally put together this aquarium after letting it sit there and filter and going through filter after filter after filter, letting it like prepare for the fish. And I know you only have to let it sit there for like 2 weeks, and I've been sitting there for like over a month, and I think it was finally time to put a substrate in there, put some plants in there, get everything in there, change the water out, and I went ahead and bought a betta fish for that tank. And I know like people are like usually put them in smaller tanks. They're actually preferred and recommended for 10-gallon to 20-gallon tank, and if you have anything over, I think, 5 gallons or something like that, they say you can put 2 in the same tank, but I'm not risking it. They're a $20 fish, so it's in there. We spent too much money at the pet store, so that's the only thing that sucked. Obviously, you get a new dog, you're setting other stuff up, it's a lot of money, but I will say dogs these days are expensive. I mean, just straight up expensive. I think Millie was $850 for a miniature wiener dog, and that's with, I think, with only like a couple of shots. She's not like fully vaccinated. Oakley, our other dog, she came with one more shot than what Millie did, which sucks. If we would have waited 10 days, then Millie would have got the shot that Oakley had when we got Oakley. But unfortunately, the breeder that we buy all of our stuff from had a flea infestation come through their house, from the mom of all the dogs, who goes outside all the time, but I guess she brought fleas in and gave it all to the babies, so we have to wait till she's exactly 8 weeks till we can give her flea medicine. We've been trying to groom her. Obviously you don't want to get your little dog, your little puppy, in the shower, in the bath. We obviously give her a bath in the sink, but you don't want to give them a bath at too young of an age. Apparently it can cause a lot of skin issues, so we don't want to do that. We accidentally did that with Oakley, and thankfully now we waited like 4 months without giving her a bath, and then basically what it does is it causes them to have really dry skin for like the rest of their life, unless you take like proper steps to dial it back. Basically it's just like them having dandruff all the time, but they itch at it, and it's really annoying for them, and it's like you don't want them to deal with that for the rest of their life. So obviously it's pretty easy to fix the issue. Just don't give them a bath for an extended period of time. Come back with like specific dry skin shampoo one time, and then just continue like every 4 months give them a bath, and then eventually be able to give them a bath like however often you want to, but with the proper shampoo. So we're waiting with Millie before we do that. Now obviously you can wet them down, you can wash them off. I'm just talking about like with actual shampoo. If you just give them puppy shampoo and wash them down, and that's what causes the issues. It gets down into their pores. But So she has fleas. We have a flea spray for puppies that we're grooming her with, like with a comb. And then we have flea medicine that we'll be giving to her the second she turns 8 weeks. Just because you can't give it to them before because it can cause a lot of issues, and I don't want to take any chances. So we're gonna have to deal with the fleas for both the dogs when that time comes. But for now, we're just not even gonna worry about it until I think, what is she? She's 8 weeks and 10 days. No, it'd be 9 days. So that's what's been going on. So she didn't whine at all. Usually most puppies who aren't with like their like dog mom or with us, they usually whine. She like straight up didn't whine at all. Slept through the whole night, and then actually went to the bathroom in the morning. So like Oakley's on a routine. She obviously knows her routine. Millie doesn't know that routine, but she actually adjusted pretty well. Being as young as she is, that's like absolutely crazy. She's already running around, which I think is really cool. We got her a nice little pillow. What do they call that? Like beds, dog bed. Oakley is not allowed to have dog beds. We might upgrade her to a dog bed here soon, but the reason why we have not given her a dog bed in like 5 months now is because we went through like 4 dog beds with her when she was younger because she would chew them up. And then we stopped for a little bit and tried again, and it was going great for a while there, and then she tore it completely apart and ate it. So like what she does is there's obviously fuzz on the inside, and she's like a fuzz addict. She loves fuzz. And so we've been trying to buy like more like ropes, bones, squeak toys, because any toy that has the little squeaker in it and it's like a stuffed animal, she would try everything in her power to tear that thing apart. And so I guess she learned to do that with the stuffed animals first, and then she went on to her beds, realizing that the bed has the same stuff on the inside. So she would like cut a big hole in the side of it and crawl in it and get all the fuzz out of it and almost show it to us like, look at my accomplishment, I just tore up the $30 bed that you just bought me. But other than that, Oakley's pretty chill. She doesn't really do too much other than bark at everybody and everything, which I hope Millie is not like that at all, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But so I don't know if I think I did say this. So I did buy a truck, and on our way to Florida, we put in a lot of money down there in Florida, and right before we left, so we were already saving for the dog, and then we went and got the dog, and then set up the tank and all that. So obviously right now we just spent a lot of money, vacation. It's like ungodly the amount of money that we've spent. But now it's time for saving, my boy. It is time for saving and repaying debts, because I didn't have $16,000 obviously to buy my truck. So that's how I got the truck, was through financing. Which is, I will say this, at a young age, if you're 18 years, go get you a non-cosign loan. Make sure it's through somebody good who's not going to screw you over. I'm lucky enough to have a finance bank down here actually does a lot of financing, a lot of loans, and that's how they make a lot of their money. But they have very, very, very low interest rates for young people. They actually told me, like, we're gonna act like you were a young kid. They gave me, I don't want to go like into full like what I'm paying, this and that, but they gave me an awesome killer interest. And they work with you on monthly payments, all this and that. So at least for me, it's really easy to find something to build my credit. I'm really against credit cards, at least big limit ones. So or the unlimited, like what are those platinum cards or whatever? Yeah, those scare me, because we have a $200 limit credit card, and it is really good. Building credit at a young age is like phenomenal, as long as you're paying everything on time, getting everything done properly. But we have a $200 limit, and I think that's it's like the best credit card that I'm willing to have right now, just because like I already know you get that relief of like, oh my god, I'm not having to pay for it, and then you just keep adding to the tab, and then you're gonna have to pay all that back off, so it just kind of sucks. I will say the best thing to do though with a credit card is pay half of it before due, and then pay the other half the second it's due, because it builds credit super fast that way. And if you do it the other way, like you pay on the day that it's due, or right before the day it's due, or something like that, the full amount, they'll actually dock your credit. So I'm not sure like what that's all about. Like you're even paying a little bit of interest on top of it, so it's just kind of crazy to me. We used it for gas on vacation, so that was our vacation gas money there and back. And then but yeah, so me financing my vehicles has been a great way for me to build credit and actually get close to 700, and that's like perfect. You're trying to get, I think, to like middle 700s to, I think, like even a little bit later, but like you're perfect basically at 700, and you want to keep it that way for the rest of your life, because then you're able to get approved for literally everything. And for any of you guys out there who don't know much about credit, a bunch of places, financing, cars, all this stuff, it's not even about how good your credit. You can go in there with 800 and have some of the best credit on the planet, but you've only been doing it, or only have had credit for like a year and a half. You have to have history. So they're like people, let's say you just walk into a dealership, you want to finance through the dealership, you won't get approved for anything. I promise you right now, you will not get approved for anything. You won't get approved for Kohl's cards, you won't get approved for like straight up anything. And what's kind of frustrating is like some of these places are like, hey, you apply for a credit card, if you get approved, you're gonna get like 25% off of this order, and you don't even have to use it, just apply for it. And I've tried that everywhere, even having a credit card and having debt for like 2 years basically now, like fully. I would say more like it'd be fully 2 years here pretty soon, but like it's frustrating because they will never approve you because you have zero history, like just straight up zero history. And then sorry, I got a notification that kind of distracted me, but if you have no history, so they're looking like for people with like 10 years plus, 5 years plus with experience and history that they can look back on and be like, okay, they've never missed a payment. In 5 months, we want our money back guaranteed. So that's basically what these companies are looking for. And obviously you can clearly go to like some credit union and they'll just throw money at you and they will screw you completely over if you're not making any payment, or if you're late just a little bit, anything like that. So I stay away from credit unions. A lot of my buddies, actually a friend who was not a friend anymore, has had a lot of bad luck with vehicles. He like went and bought like 3 vehicles, basically 2 of them totaled out, and then no, it was like basically 3 of them totaled out, and then he went and bought a brand new car already in a heap of debt. Bought a brand new car through a horrible financing program. I mean, absolutely god awful. I can't even believe like he saw this and thought this was okay. Obviously, young kids my age, they look at a brand new car and they're like, oh my god, they're like foaming at the mouth. You're telling me I can get this right now and pay you back later, and then you come to find out your interest rate's like 35%. And it's like, it's horrible, man. You're like, let's say the vehicle's $20,000. By the time you're not paying it off, you could have went and had like the high country that comes out next year. So like, you're basically paying off like $45,000, $50,000. It get even worse than that if you miss a couple payments. Like, you're paying loads of money for bad deals. So do not get yourself caught up in that. I don't even know why we're talking about credit, but like we are. So, but I guess kind of moving on from that. My biggest thing has always been with like vehicles. Has always been don't look for the coolest, newest vehicle out there. Like straight up, guys. The first car I bought myself was a Toyota Yaris. If you look that up, it's like if anybody's actually saw that there's people watching this who are in the UK, so people in the UK know exactly what vehicle I'm talking about, because the Yaris and the Fit are basically, everybody in the United States knows what a Honda Fit is. Like a lot of people have them, they're super popular. There's a big market for them, but basically a Toyota Yaris is the UK's version of the Honda Fit. UK people love the Yaris. Central C, if you guys know that rapper, actually put it in a song. He was like, I leveled up, went from Toyota Yaris to Yaris. So he's like basically saying he went from a Toyota Yaris to a Lamborghini Yaris, but it's a really big car in the UK. I know like Netherlands might be I can't remember what other country was popular. Norway, maybe Denmark, but I know it's a really popular car in Europe. I know actually Italy was another one, but and I went to a bunch of dealerships trying to see what price they would give me for it, and they were like, buddy, if this was a Honda Fit, I'd give you $5,000, but this is literally a Yaris. There's no market for it down here. And everybody's like told me that, and which it's really hard to sell, but what I'm trying to get at is like it does not matter what your car looks like as long as it's like a reliable brand. It's not going to break down. It's a reliable vehicle. Do your research. And I know from the get-go that Toyota, boom, poppin' brand, really good brand. I did my research on the Yaris. It gets amazing gas mileage. At least the year I got. I know the newer years I've even got more advanced with the gas mileage, but the years before mine were like horrible gas mileage. So I was like hoping that the one I found was actually good gas mileage, and I made sure to click through all the computer stuff on it, make sure that it was. But I know like the older Yaris's were popular in like 2008 or 9 or something like that, where it was actually looked like the OG Prius, and that's basically what the precursor to the Prius was the Yaris. It basically kind of looked like a smaller Honda Civic, and I think that's always been like Toyota's thing. They've always done, Honda and Toyota have always competed in those markets, but I really appreciate the car, what it's done for me. It's an amazing vehicle. 4-door, like it basically had enough room for what we were doing at the time. Obviously with my business now, you guys know that I'm doing landscaping for myself, my own company, and another company for somebody else. I have a work truck, right, for like obviously hauling the mowers around doing big jobs, but for like, let's say I'm leaving work and I'm like, I have to go pick up brush for somebody, or I have to go do a small mulching job. I want to be able to have the bed that a truck has, to be able to just leave work, go ahead, I already have the stuff in my truck, and just be able to go to these places and get a job done. That would take me, showing up to where the truck is, the work truck is at, hooking everything up, getting everything ready, taking the work truck, and then having to come back, drop it off, and pick up my truck again, and unloading everything. So, like, if I'm just able to leave a place and just be like, alright, I'm gonna go do this job real quick, even if it's a push mowing job, I can fit a push mower back here, and I'm just gonna do it real quick. So that's something that I was looking for, a little bit more room. Like, for vacation, it was perfect size. It's a 4-door Chevy Silverado. I think I keep saying that, but I absolutely love it. Really amazing truck, especially for the price I got, the miles it was at. But basically, that's like my truck is a 2014. And I know there's a lot of kids my age in their 20s, and they want the newest vehicle out there. They want to drop the pretty penny that they don't have and go finance through something horrible and get the newest Jeep, the newest Ram, the newest Ford F-150, like the newest Fusion or something like that, the newest Tesla. And I get it, but at the same time you have to look at longevity. How is this going to affect me in the future? How is this affordable for where I'm at in life? And if you say no to at least one of those boxes, you should not be doing it, period. That's my biggest thing. I will say I didn't really look into how much truck tires were. I knew obviously they're more expensive than the freaking 14-inch wheels that are on my, actually I think the Yaris has I think the Yaris has 18. They're just really skinny. No, there's no way those have 18s on them. But anyway, I knew a fresh full set of tires for the Yaris is $600, and that's crazy good, right? That's the best wheels there is. But on the truck it's $1,300, it's just straight up. So sure, the truck itself is good and beneficial for me and a future family that I'm hoping to have in the near future. Getting married and such, and then looking to have kids when I'm 25, and having my life together, having a house. That's more of what I was looking for and looking into. But having the Yaris is just too small, too compact. Love the gas mileage, love how the accessories that needed to be changed were so cheap that it's unbelievable how cheap things were for that car. Oil was dude, straight up $30. You could go have somebody do an oil change on my car for $30 freaking dollars. Because it has a 1.4 liter engine, so it's literally one of the smallest engines. It does get amazing horsepower for that small of an engine, but it just wasn't doing it. I had owned it for a little over a year. Right now it's over a year because I have to obviously sell the vehicle, but so that's kind of my hope. So today I'm showing it to somebody to buy it. I've actually shown it to a couple people, and let me say, selling a vehicle this is my first time ever selling my own vehicle. I didn't realize how much of a headache it is. It really sucks having it the listing that I have through Marketplace is when I have it at I had it at $7,000. I had 500 views within the first 3 days, not even promoting it. And then I put it into a couple other chats or whatever, blogs that I'm in, that people resell cars and this and that, and I got 1,000 views on this thing at $7,000. Nobody's hit me up. I'm alright, man, I gotta drop it. I gotta pay sales tax on my truck. I'm having to put license plates on the truck. I just don't want the monthly payment anymore. I want it gone. So I drop it down to $6,300, and so that's $700 off. Now I'm getting a bunch of people hitting me up, and they're all lowballing me, just straight up dealership style, just lowballing. And I tell them no, I owe a certain amount on here. I can't do this, I can't do that. And then the people are really interested. They want to see it. They want to test drive it. I literally had a lady this is crazy. So we meet up somewhere. I bring everything with me. Title, everything's with me. She seemed pretty serious, and she's looking around the car. She's like, interior's a lot cleaner than I expected. And then said it's a little rough around the edge. It's you literally just said that the interior's a little cleaner than expected, but the vehicle's a little rough around the edges. It literally had gotten freshly painted, a sparkly blue. Now this is the bad thing, a sparkly blue. They painted the emblem, and they painted the headlights and the tail lights blue, for whatever reason. It was an older lady. she said it looked really pretty. She did it, I think she did it herself, actually, like straight up, and she said she really liked it, so she kept it that way. I had no issues driving it around. I did not care what anybody said or thought about me, and I had no issues with the police. This lady, while looking at it, said, I'm gonna have a lot of issues with the cops with this one, and I was like, I said, I've owned it for over a year, I've never been pulled over, period, in this thing. And so she's like, that's interesting, and I'm like, okay. So she's looking around, the vehicle's on, and at the time, the belt, it wasn't the serpentine belt, there's another belt in the motor area, I forget what it's called, but it's like, basically, it was just super dry, and it was squeaking. Whenever you start, like on a cold start, it would squeak. A lot of people say serpentine belt, but I had the serpentine belt looked at, and they said it looked fine. They looked at this belt and literally just straight up told me, it's like, it's so dry, it needs belt dressing, and that will basically make it last a long time, and it won't stress. Because he said it's starting to stress a little bit. If you put that dressing on there now, then you'll be able to have more longevity with the belt. So I was like, alright, I'll go get some. So I got some, put it on there, no more squeaking. But this lady didn't even like test drive the vehicle. She gets in the driver's seat like she's about to, leave. And the door handle, where like all the window buttons are at, it had gotten stuck, and I was trying to fix, like, the window thing had gotten stuck underneath that plastic. The window, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, but the window button, like the button that pushes down the window, got stuck underneath the plastic that goes between all the buttons. And, so, basically, it got stuck, and so I took it to work one day, and so where I work has a massive shop, right? So I'm bringing it in the shop. I'm like, I want to see if I can fix this, and we grab a pair of pliers and try to. It's not budging, and he's like, one of my coworkers is like, this whole plastic piece just comes off. He's like, I do it all the time in my car, to like work on wiring and all that. And I was like, oh, okay. And he goes and pulls it out, and he snaps it like literally right in half, the plastic covering, not the buttons or anything, but he snaps it right in half. And the half that doesn't break has the part number on it. I'm like, thank God. So we're able to look it up. It's like $20. I'm like, you know what? I'm probably gonna sell it soon anyway. It don't have to be somebody else's problem. I got a lot going on. And like the best way to buy it is off of eBay. Amazon was selling it for a little bit more price. It was like $35 on Amazon, and so it's like $20, $25 on eBay, and eBay's like shipping is like a month and a half. And I'm like, you know what? This thing's probably gonna be gone by then. And fast forward to the future, it's still not gone. And so she's looking at that piece that's broken, and I told her, it's like, I can order it for you, get it shipped straight to you, or you can I can send you the link to it and you can order it. And she goes, okay, touches it and snaps it right in half again, like even more. She just breaks it almost like on purpose. She's like gripping on to the door handle so hard that it literally breaks and snaps. And I'm like, and she goes, she's dead serious. She looks right up at me and goes, so the price is negotiable, right? And I'm like, lady, you just broke, like you broke that on purpose, and you're trying to tell me, like, even more on purpose, and you're trying to, like, and I said, yeah, what price are you looking at? And then she straight up tells me like $4,000, and I'm like, this is Toyota with only 130,000 miles on it. Don't even come at me like that. Especially after breaking my door handle, like on purpose, like the plastic cover even more on purpose. And finally she just leaves. Like, she's like, yeah, too rough around the edges, and just walked off. I'm like, okay, like, and I've shown it to like 2 other people, and they literally turned me down. Like, they didn't even care about the door handle, anything like that. They turned me down because of the paint. I cannot, like, I don't know how to get into these can't just go remove the paint. I can't just go purchase paint remover and just completely, like, they'll take off the whole thing. Obviously it was blue, right? It was a matte color blue, and she painted a sparkly glossy over top of it. That was not me who did that. I can't take that off unless I'm spending thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars in my area to get that done, like to get that repainted. Like if like you're looking at it as a car that you want to drive and you care that much about it, the paint, that you want to get it redone, then buy the vehicle and get it redone yourself, because that's not, I don't care that much. And it's really frustrating that people do care that much. And there's a lot of scammers on Facebook. I will say that there's a lot of scammers on Facebook. This is a new tactic I've not seen yet on Facebook, but basically, the guy was asking me a bunch of questions, and he asked me for the VIN number, which is fine. You can have the VIN number, do your own report. I give him the VIN number, and then he's like, actually, I need you to do the report for me. I don't have $1 right now. I'm like, you're looking for a $6,000 vehicle and you don't have whatever. So he sends me a link to a VIN number indicator or lookup or whatever. I click on it, right, and just to see, like, there's no way I'm doing it through this guy. Like, this guy's offering this. I'm not going through it. Like, there's no way. But I just want to see what it was about. So I click on it and it says, enter VIN and then get report for $45. And I already knew right away, this dude is getting that money. So I was like, yeah, no way. Go fuck off. Like, seriously, like, I'm not giving you I'm not giving you, sorry, my headphones just messed up there for a second, so hopefully it's not doing anything else on I have to fast forward on the video and see what it's doing, but basically I told him to, like, screw off, you're not getting anything out of me, because you can go, like, the most, what is it, like, the best way to look up your VIN number, the best website out there, I forget what it's called, but they straight up only charge you 99 cents for a report, which is odd. Like, obviously, if it's gonna be a full report on anything, you're gonna have to spend money on it, but like, I don't care to do that. Again, like, if you're gonna buy the vehicle, I'll give you the VIN number, pay for the report yourself, look it up. Like, I already know it's a clean title and all that stuff, but because I had the Carfax and then I lost it, but that'll be like a you thing. Like, if you want the vehicle, that's a you thing, not a me thing. But so it's just really frustrating. So hopefully the person today gets it. If not, I have a couple other people who want to look at it. So hopefully it sells, and hopefully everything goes well with registering the truck. I just got a bunch of work done on the truck, so we should be golden for like a couple of years. Like, I literally pray to God I'm not doing anything else to this truck for another couple of years, like, straight up. But other than that, that's basically just a little life update. And then the next video, I know I keep saying it, but it will be the truck like walk through the truck tour, or whatever you want to call it, because the reason I haven't been able to do it, obviously I just got back to work, been working, and then I had to take it to Florida. I was hoping to shoot the video the day before we left for Florida, and then I had to go take the truck to the shop all day long to get new tires, which I don't know why it took them freaking 5 hours or whatever it took. Or it took 4 hours or something like that, and then I had to sit there and deal with the guys there because it was a special truck tire or something like that like nobody else had for some reason. But yeah, it just took too long, wasn't able to film it. I had to leave that night to go, and basically it really sucked not being able to do it. So hopefully I can do it in the parking lot here, but since there's a lot of people that live in my apartment complex, like, there's like, so how it's kind of laid out, I guess, is apartment complex here, and then it's just basically a big parking lot for, like, basically there's like, what is it, there's like 12 apartment complexes, I guess you could call them apartment complexes, and just a big parking lot just smacked right in the middle of them. and then a big dumpster in the middle of the parking lot that everyone has to dump their trash in. And so I can kind of feel like if I'm parked outside in the parking lot, and I feel like if I go shoot a video down there, there's gonna be like everybody watching me. Maybe not. There's been a couple days where like nobody's been in the parking lot, like on a weekend, which is, I know a lot of people around here have to work on the weekends, but like a lot of these people are like older couples who are like straight up retired. Like, what is it like? What's your auntie doing on the weekends? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, but that video will be coming out next. But yeah, so we got a dog, aquarium, spend a lot of money on the truck, make sure you get a vehicle, regardless of what it looks like. Do a lot of this, do a lot of thinking on it beforehand, do a lot of talking to a bunch of different banks, finance people, do a lot of research. Like, I'm sure I'm talking about months of research before you even buy the vehicle that you're looking for, and then go find the best offer you can. My dad's biggest thing, and this I'll forever use this, is patience is key, my friend. Straight up key. You might find an amazing deal right now with a little bit of a higher mileage car that you're looking for. You wait a little bit though, somebody will post an even cheaper vehicle, even better mileage on the vehicle, and actually be more affordable for you. So literally just make sure you approve for a loan, or whatever you're doing. Make sure everything's perfect on it, the interest rate's good, and then once you find that good price, you go pull the trigger on it, take it out, boom, there you go. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you guys like the mic cover. I need to fix my headphone jack or something, because it keeps like cutting out every like 10 seconds. But that'll be it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.